Welcome to the Healthy Metal Hippie Podcast, where art and wellness collide. Well, hi, and welcome back to the Healthy Metal Hippie. Today, we are talking about just slowing down. We're talking about changing our pace a little bit. We're talking about maybe a little bit of a digital detox. I know I'm not alone in feeling that the world is just speeding up and speeding up and speeding up, and it just does not stop. It's so overwhelming sometimes to deal with, whether you're a business or you're a creative freelancer, or if you're not doing anything like that and you're just running your personal pages online. It is so much to keep up with, and we are just completely overrun with content and videos and information coming at us from like every single direction possible. It's unreal. And there's absolutely no way that we can take these things in and really absorb any of it. And it can be really hard to figure out what to filter out, what's useful for us. And I myself, even though I've got multiple pages that I'm running, like for heavy metal hippie music, and we're talking about artist growth strategy and all sorts of things, and obviously the Healthy Metal Hippie podcast, those are my big ones that I try and focus on. But as far as like my personal pages, I pretty much exclusively am posting to like Instagram now, and even how much I'm posting there, I've really cut back on it over the last year or so, because I feel like I can't keep up. I know a lot of people feel that for a number of reasons. And I think for me, some of it's been looking at just like a change of pace in what we're doing. I love hearing people's stories and reading people's stories. I find it incredibly meaningful, but I also find that it's hard for me to take it in. And somehow I'm finding, actually, you know what? I've been studying more about AI marketing and things like that. And I've been feeling very overrun with AI content that's exclusively AI, and it's not been edited or anything of the sort, or things that just feel they're powerfully written, but they don't feel human in their writing. And I'm finding those kind of things extremely exhausting to come across my page. And you know what? It is hard when we are here. We're meant to be creating and releasing authentic, original, fabulous content all the time. But we're like I say, we're missing that human side of it. And you want to be relevant. You want to be in with the algorithms. You want to be all this cool stuff. But sometimes, and I feel I'm seeing it more and more, where people are starting to step back and go, I need a break for my mental health. I need a break to take care of myself. I don't think we were meant to be these like churning content creating machines. And I mean, if that is something you can do, that's pretty incredible. But for me, I know I'm not great at it, and it's hard to keep up with. So you know that they would always say, well, especially like a while ago on TikTok, I don't know, a few years ago, they'd say, oh, you have to post at least 4 times a day and at least this or that. I'm like, who has time to do that, for one? And also, like, if we're just putting out trash over and over, nobody's getting anything meaningful from it. Nobody's connecting. You're not finding entertainment value from it. It's just there for the sake of being there. And I don't think that's really valuable. I've started taking the approach on some of my pages that I want to post a few times a week, and I'm good with that. And it's funny because now that I've taken a different sort of approach going into it, just like pulling myself back a little bit and making sure that, do I always post like 10 out of 10 content, like the most fabulous, engaging things ever? No, but do I actually find that my content's actually been growing since I like kind of changed up what I was doing? Yeah, and it's really wonderful to see. I think a lot of this does come down to us feeling overwhelmed in our situations or feeling like we're being fed too much. And it is goddamn difficult to be seen on socials. And I'm sure it's just going to get harder and harder. But what I think is we are all sort of topping out here. And I think we're reaching our limit in a lot of ways. So I think a lot of us are really pulling back on how we consume and what we consume and how it's impacting us taking it in, or it's how it's impacting us putting it out. I'm finding that slowing down with socials and creating things that are more meaningful, that sound and are human and very, they're messy sometimes. They're not perfectly written. They're not perfectly articulated. Hi, you're watching this podcast. But those things, I think they are so much more valuable. And I think those are the connective pieces that people are missing from their lives in our daily interactions. But giving ourselves space to do the slowing down, to spend a little more offline time, to take care of our relationships and take care of our spaces and our mental and our physical health more than just being online. I think that's what's going to start making those happy, positive shifts that we're all looking for. Doing this helps us connect in an actually more authentic way when we do show up. It helps us feel more calm and more grounded and centered, because there's always so much to do online. There's always so much that we want to improve, that we want to get done. And sometimes taking that step back really helps us become more productive going forward. I was telling someone, I don't know, I think I've told a few people this the past few days, but talking about to-do lists is one that I think about a lot. I used to write these to-do lists, right? I have 10 things I need to get done today. And you stay up and you work and you work and you work until they are done. There's no rest for the wicked, baby. And I'd find that having those 10 things as time goes on and on and on and on, well, your 10 things turns into maybe only 7 that you can get done. And so the next day you have 13, and then maybe you can get 10 the next day, but you still have those extra 3. So you keep on with that thing, but it snowballs and you end up getting more and more burnt out. You end up getting more and more exhausted and wondering, what am I doing wrong? The thing is, you're not actually doing anything wrong, because I recognize that those 10 still need to get done. But what I've really changed up lately, probably, over the past year, I've really changed it up, is that I really put a maximum of 4 things on my list for the day. If I've got 4 things on my list, it means that 2 of them are things that are going to take me like 10 minutes to do. And the other 2, maybe they'll take a little bit longer, but that's it. And if I have one big task, I put 1 thing on the list for the day. I am finding it's made me far more productive. It's made me far more passionate about what I'm doing and about why I'm doing it. It's helped me put out better content when I do put it out. It's helped me be closer with my partner, with my son, keep in touch better with my friends, and take care of myself better, even though if you're watching on YouTube, I'm still a little exhausted from being sick over the past few days, but we are on the mend. This do less actually creates more opportunity and it creates more positive impact. And if you are filling your life up with so many things that you have to do, so many things that need to get done, and you're putting all this pressure on yourself, where do you get that time to decompress? Where do you get that time to let your mind explore and be free, and wander around and discover new things and really sit with yourself and your feelings and your ideas and what you want out of life and to put into the world? Those are key things to focus on. And this matters whether you're a creative or not. You need to give your mind space to breathe. Like a fine wine, you need to let it air for a minute. The same as with your brain. If you want that productivity, if you want to be feeling more creative, let yourself get a little bit bored. Let your brain empty of all of those things that weigh on us every single day. Some of this I really think about, yes, it is a bit of a digital detox that I'm talking about here, but more so, I am looking at how do we slow down? How do we simplify our lives and make it easier so we do get that decompression, that time to breathe, the time that we allow creativity back in and we allow our minds to wander, and so that we really can go to the depths of our imagination and find really beautiful things. So when I'm talking about I've taken myself a little bit personally offline, I have also been creating so many positive things on the other side. I still show up, I'm still there, but I don't feel like it needs to be all the time. I want to post the exciting things and happiness that's coming at me from all angles. I want it to be real. I want it to be the best of me that you get. And sometimes you get the best from somebody by doing less, by pushing less, and relieving some of that overall pressure. So maybe for you, it's not online. Maybe it's other places in life. So what can we do to give ourselves that space so we can continue to explore, to grow, and to connect? Let me know in the comments. Drop me an email. I'd love, love, love to chat. We'll see you soon. Take care. Thanks so much for joining us on the Healthy Mental Hippie podcast. For more ways to connect, go to www.healthymentalhippie.com.